All right, our next speaker, Ashley Kennedy. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Kennedy, and I am an entomologist and a researcher in the Environmental Science Department at George Mason University. I am here with a proposition that would save the county more than $500,000 each year by eliminating a program that is not only unnecessary, but actively harmful to our environment. The Forest Pest Management Branch is planning to undertake an aerial insecticide spray treatment program later this month to kill fall cankerworm. More than 2,000 acres will be sprayed at a cost of $600,000. I've spent the past 6 weeks researching fall cankerworm and collaborating with entomologists from more than a dozen institutions around the country to evaluate the pros and cons of this program. The consensus among my colleagues is that there are no pros. The pesticide that is used, Bt Kerstaki, is deadly not only to fall cankerworm but to each and every other butterfly and moth species. So in targeting one perceived pest, this program will impose substantial collateral damage. Songbirds rely heavily on caterpillars each spring. A single nesting pair of chickadees requires between 4,000 and 9,000 caterpillars to successfully rear one clutch of chicks. Songbirds will undoubtedly suffer if the county proceeds with this Bt spraying plan. The fall cankerworm is not a pest of enough significance to warrant such a wide-scale offensive. It is a native species that has coexisted as a part of our ecosystem for millions of years. It poses no threat to humans, pets, livestock, or other animals. It does not bite, sting, or vector disease. The Forest Pest Management Branch claims that fall cankerworm can cause tree mortality through defoliation, but they do not actually have any evidence of this occurring in Fairfax County. As an entomologist, I do not think that the Forest Pest Management Branch is basing their insecticide program on sound science. Additionally, the fall cankerworm population will likely have already suffered due to natural forces that keep it in check. Cool, wet spring weather, which we have experienced plenty of this year, has an adverse effect on its numbers, and it is further controlled by natural enemies such as parasitoid wasps and ground beetles. Given the unusually severe winter that we experienced this year, it is highly unlikely that 2014 would be an outbreak year for the fall cankerworm. Although I stand before you as an individual citizen, I should note that a number of local organizations have voiced their opposition to this insecticide program. These include the Audubon Society of Northern Virginia, the Friends of Dyke Marsh, the Friends of Mason Neck State Park, the Northern Virginia Bird Club, and Friends of Huntley Meadows Park. All of these groups are concerned about the effect the spray will have on non-target species, and they do not consider the threat posed by fall cankerworm severe enough to justify the destruction of other butterfly and moth species. It may be too late to prevent the spraying this year, but I strongly urge the board to consider removing the program from the 2015 budget. Thank you.
Thank you. Charles Cunningham.
Madam Chairman.
Supervisor Smith.
Can we refer this to the urban forestry?
We can ask for someone to respond to that testimony. And
600,000 and 600,000.
Actually, I would disagree with the speaker, having, I guess, had some experience with spraying and different chemicals over the years, but but I have no objection to referring the testimony, which we have it? Yes, we do. To the urban forester. Okay.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman.
Supervisor Fry.
Is it also possible to get a response fairly quickly as to whether it is too late to stop it for 14?
I have a related question, and we still have our speaker here. We did use Bt in terms of gypsy moths.
Yes, we did.
We sprayed obviously significantly with that, and I trust that that would be the same problem that you've described this evening. But in that case, we didn't have any choice but to use something that was had the least effect. Right, but in this case, you don't think it's justified because the pests that we're trying to get rid of. Okay. Okay.
Okay, without
Thank you.
objection, we'll have some information come back to us. Okay.